Charles Heidsieck created his own house in his own name in 1851, aged 29 years old. He was the nephew of a very famous champagne house called Piper Heidsieck, but he wanted to make his own champagne. So at 29 years old, he went on, produced an amazing wine worth aging. That's what he wanted to do. But he struggled to find any debouché and any demand in Europe because only military circles and royal courts were buying champagne at that time. They were very loyal to their existing suppliers, and although he had a famous name, they didn't want to buy his champagne. So what did he do? He took a coach from Reims to Liverpool, a steamer from Liverpool to Halifax, and he introduced champagne to America. So he was the first champagne merchant to come in flesh in Boston, in New York, in Philadelphia, in all the East Coast, and to popularize champagne in the mid-1800s. He traveled there 4 times. He really invented the modern marketing of champagne, which is a celebratory drink, something for social occasion, and so on and so on. Partied with Abraham Lincoln, with actors, actresses, MPs, politicians, anything. If you like history, you will find the story of Charles very interesting because he was caught during the Civil War, and one of his trips was really during a very tough time. So at first he tried to be paid in cotton from the states from the south, but actually the cotton ship were sank by the Unionist blockade. After that, he tried to go himself to New Orleans to get paid. In order to travel to New Orleans, he had to ask for the right routes to the French embassy, who said, we'll tell you how to go there, but please can you carry dispatch of letter to the Confederate over there. He was very naive, he didn't ask. By the time he arrived to New Orleans, the Unionists had taken the city. He was stopped. They looked at the letters. There were actually contracts from the French government to supply the Confederate with military outfits. At that time, French government was pushing and supporting the Confederate for the unfortunate the slavery trade and the cotton trade. So he was caught by the General Butler, who put him in jail, wanted to execute him. Stayed 6 months.
He was a spy, I guess.
Because they caught him for a spy. So they put him 6 months in jail, up to the point that Napoleon III had to put pressure on Abraham Lincoln, who used to party with Charles Heidsieck back in the days, to release this champagne merchant from jail. So Charles eventually was released. There was a kind of there was a price on his head at that time, so he had to hide himself in a boat as a barman in the Mississippi for a few days for everything to get quieter. Went back to France, totally bankrupt, stopped the house, and eventually he inherited some land from one of his agents who never paid him, one of his American agents who never paid him, and with the money we went to Denver, Colorado. At that time, Denver, Colorado was the heart of the gold rush. So this guy who never paid Charles Heidsieck back for all the champagne he actually sold in the States had developed a huge empire there during the gold rush. When he passed away, he gave the property titles to Charles Heidsieck. So Charles sold a third of city business district of Denver, Colorado, started the house again, bought the chalk cellar, the 30-meter underground chalk cellars that we have in the very center of Reims, and started the house again. So that's the story of Champagne Charlie, of Charles Heidsieck, who always went on and never gave up. And now we are a small house, privately owned. We don't produce many champagnes. We are one of the smallest houses, but we take a lot of time in everything we do. The Brut Reserve that you will sample plenty of is made of 120 wines from 20 different years. So the oldest wine is 96, the youngest is 2016 in the plant. We do a Blanc de Blanc, which is 100% Chardonnay, so a bit of a fresher style, younger wines, which you have there, that's going to go very well with the lunch. We do a rosé, etc. So we'll test several during the day. So it's a pleasure to be here with you.
Salut et merci beaucoup.
Thank you.